All right.
Lunch sounds good.
Should be live.
Lunch sounds good.
Would you stop? I want to hear about food. Oh, look, I got the microphone way too close to my mouth. I don't want to hear about food.
Oh, wow.
What? By the way, can you guys hear us?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Are we coming across? I've been fucking with things. So hopefully things are working a little bit better. Besides, I'm a hell of a lot brighter than what we used to because we got 2 lights up now.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Hey, Tom. And you've got DB, Luna Girl.
Mikey's in there too.
Mikey. Hey, there's Sunny-O. All right, cool. I was messing with some things because I think I might be figuring out how to be able to play videos and shit from the computer to StreamYard where it'll come across. I'm not going to try it today because, good Lord, just by luck, we'll get dinged by fucking YouTube by using F1 TV stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Way to go, used. Yeah, exactly, Tom.
Exactly. Anyways, God, it's been a while, guys. And by the way, if I sound tired,
he is.
I'm dead fucking tired.
Yeah, he is.
So this ought to be fun because what I thought I had lined up in my head probably won't be there by the time we get to it.
Well, maybe I can put the pieces together and fill in the blanks.
I hope so. And hopefully you're not biased.
I won't be.
Like
I know, like a few fans. I won't be because
like the Sky reporters. God.
Sky reporters, they need to really
Simon Lazenby.
Yeah.
During the fucking anyways, let's get in.
Let's just do our business and then we'll get into it.
How about we get to it?
Well, yeah, let's do the Red5 thing first.
Where the hell that's at?
Go down. It's
Red5 Open.
This podcast is part of the Red5 Network. For more Red5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
Okay.
Red5 Network podcasts.
Okay.
Visit red5network.com.
Good Lord. Now that's going to come across. So thanks a lot. Anyways.
You said you weren't hearing it, so I wanted
to for some reason I wasn't. Usually I can hear it through the headphones. So, so they're sitting over here. So, anyways, so much for getting into the way we normally do it. Welcome to Use and Abuse. I'm Scott.
I'm Kim.
And this is episode 137. All tied up with one to go. The Saudi Arabia
Grand Prix at Jeddah.
At Jeddah, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it says. It doesn't say at Jeddah. It says Saudi Arabia Grand Prix review.
Yes, but the track.
It doesn't say at Jeddah.
I don't care if it doesn't say at Jeddah. The track was called Jeddah.
Yo, I'm reading this as it says it. Episode 137, all tied up with one to go. Saudi Arabia Grand Prix review.
I understand, but I wanted to throw the name of the track in there.
Of course you did.
Because I thought it was a cool looking track.
I did it
again.
Anyways, we'll shot. What?
Looks like Boise got the Arizona Bowl. That's what Tom was saying.
Damn.
That's bad.
Yeah, I think that's that one that's down in Tucson.
It is.
Which is like never aired.
Yeah. That's
so I remember the first year of it, Nevada got it and wasn't on TV.
Yeah.
There's too many fucking bowl games.
Yeah, that's not fair that they put Boise
they should have been something else.
They should have. The truck was on an obstacle course. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Let's go ahead and, as Kim wanted to do earlier, but I knew we had to play the Red5 beginning and whatnot, and then supposed to say welcome, but no, she decided to turn her phone up because I made a comment about I couldn't hear something, so she wanted to make sure it could come across. So then you guys got the echo of it, or you got the replay of it.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Anyways, where are we at here? Somewhere in here, we got shit to do. There it is.
Thank you to our Patreons, Luna Girl, Dragon Buddy, Don Delasnooch Soski, Brady Big Lovin', Hannah, Mikey, Brenly, and Case.
If you want to join our Patreon, go to patreon.com, search in the creator bar Used and Abused Pod.
Search for used and abused pod today on all of your favorite podcast apps, including Apple, Google, Audible, Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.
Sorry, I'm pulling something up.
No, we are proud members of the Red5 Network. Go to red5.com to find more exciting podcasts.
And for tonight's lineup, you can at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube check out Galaxy Queers, the Mandalorian show with special guest Mamalorian. And that will again be 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, live here on YouTube.
Yes.
So go find Galaxy Queers, the Galaxy of Queers, and yeah, I think that's what it's named.
Yes, the Galaxy of Queers, yeah.
And subscribe to that channel because they do have a great podcast.
Yes, they do.
Click the next button, Kim.
Check out our Sidebar. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Check out our Sidebar pod family, the Sidebar Cantina, which airs on Mondays.
I gotta change that because it's a Cantina family now.
Okay, I know.
I got the one change. I didn't get the other one changed.
Know.
Damn it.
I know. The Escape Pod, which will air tomorrow night with extra host that it just got promoted, Dragon Buddy.
Congrats, DB.
and
an extra bucket head.
Yes. Both are on YouTube and your favorite podcast apps. Go ahead and check those two out. They both are great podcasts as well as any of the Red 5 ones.
And just so you know, they will be again live tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. And okay, well, I don't have what the hell they're doing tomorrow night.
Well, maybe DB can help us.
Well, that's the case. What are you doing? You trying to block somebody?
No, I'm not trying to block anybody.
All right, keep going.
Okay. Check out the Orange and Fett Show on Spotify with Tom and his brother.
Yeah, Orange Jacket guy. We had him on. We had him on our show, and when we talked to BYU.
Yep, and they drop a show too. I'm not sure how many.
I think I read somewhere Tom can correct us in the chat, which I'll have to use your phone for, but I believe they're doing one this week.
Yes.
I thought Tom said they were going to go live. But I'm not for sure. Or he meant that it was going to go live this Thursday or Friday. You know what I mean? Okay. Is Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie? Is what the ATSW The Escape Pod is.
Okay.
Doing.
All right.
Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie?
No, not in my opinion. It does have a little bit of Christmas in it, but it's not a Christmas movie in my opinion. But I'll keep my opinion to myself. What?
Oh God. DB's all piped down over there. Sidebar Lunar. Oh, that's what it is. Tom and his brother are gonna be doing Muppet Family Christmas.
That's where I read the Muppet Family Christmas. Because I had read it and I didn't know who was doing it. Yeah, that one's funny. I won't say what lines I remember from that.
Anyways.
Also check out Swede Studios, Big Swede's Excellent Adventure, and Tactical Swede, all on YouTube.
Check it all on YouTube. Don't forget to smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe. Click that bell to be notified when we go live. All right, here you go. All right, well, we got a response. I am the social media post person on the Escape Pod, DB. That shit's in caps, too. Woo! Getting hot in our getting heated in our freaking chat.
Yes,
you can find Used and Views on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can all email us at usedandabusedpod@gmail.com. Our website is usedabusedpod.com. There you can find links to all of our episodes, links to our YouTube videos, including replays of our live shows, link to our merch store, and a link to our Patreon under the donate tab. You also can leave us a message and click subscribe to be notified by email when a new audio only episode is available. And I've definitely dropped the ball on the audio only episodes.
Yes, we found that out today.
As the fact that last one that came out was 133 for audio.
Yeah, so we're missing 4,
So,
5, and 6.
34,
35, and 36.
Yeah. And now 37.
And now
we're doing 37 now.
Go to tpublic.com and search for Used Abused Pod, all lowercase, for our merch store. There are t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, face masks, onesies, coffee mugs, and etc.
Aren't we all, DB? Aren't we always? Aren't all men always in hot water? We always got like pretty much both legs in the fucking doghouse. Huh.
What do you mean?
Cool. You don't know what I mean. We won't have to go there anymore.
Oh, Tom says he's staying home. I'll be listening when not taking care of the wife that's running a fever.
Oh, damn, Tom.
Oh, man.
Well, I hope your wife gets feeling better, brother.
Yeah. I'm not in the doghouse.
Not you?
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. See, Kim's new to this marriage thing. She don't understand all the.
Yes, I know
things.
I know what it means to be in the doghouse.
Men are always in the doghouse. We always say shit that gets us in the doghouse.
Yeah.
But then again, most time we're just doing the fucking.
I know, just to get a response.
What's wrong one?
I kicked the dog out. Moved into the Xbox.
Yep. And same thing, DV. We all hope she feels better soon. So let's go ahead and I got one little bit of NASCAR news. I really thought it was going to be a lot more news than what there was. So
there's also been suspension, indefinite suspensions too from drivers.
Ow,
but those
it wasn't
are
drivers. It was a crew member. I thought
a crew member plus a hauler driver.
Well, hey, if they quit fucking using drugs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. You said you didn't have a lot, but
really don't. Now, so progression of the next gen car continues on track and in wind tunnel. This was released December 5th. NASCAR continues to refine the next gen car less than 10 weeks before the vehicle will make its debut in the February 6th Busch Light Clash at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Or at least they call them out in Busch Light versus the Busch Clash.
Yeah, that's true.
The sanctioning body also has a 3-car test scheduled December 10th on the Charlotte Motor Speedway Oval. A car from each manufacturer, Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota, is expected to be at the test. The test is expected to take what was learned from the December 3rd wind tunnel test and see how it works on track compared to what the drivers experienced during the November 17th and 18th test at Charlotte. Now, to give you guys an idea what has been going on with the next gen car, at the last Charlotte test they had to tighten the cars up.
Yeah, they did.
Fully tight, just so they could make the corners, actually drive around the corner.
Yeah.
However, when they got back into traffic, the car would tighten up more, and then they were going right back to the wall, and they couldn't adjust on it anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So obviously, the next gen car is fucked.
Yeah, I love it.
What?
Tom says you're only in the doghouse if you don't do what they say. Luna Girl says yes. Dragon Bay says I'm a loner, Tom, a rebel. I'm also cold, so might fall in line for the winter. Oh, hi, M&J Happy Hands.
Hey, how's it going? All right, well, I'm not. Obviously, that's some old news that you were talking about because I'm not.
It is.
I'm not even finding it on the front page.
Yeah, it is. It's just.
Oh, there we go. 3 crew members indefinitely suspended.
Yeah.
Johnny Rotten. Wait, I thought Johnny Rotten was the Sex Pistols.
I did too.
Crew chief number 13, Motorsport Business Management Toyota in the NASCAR Cup Series, has been suspended under NASCAR's substance abuse policy in the NASCAR Member Code of Conduct for violations of sections 4.1, 4.11, 4.1.10, 0.4. Oh, fuck. They're all bad.
Yeah, they're all bad. They've all been suspended.
John Bird, hauler driver for the number 38 Front Row Motorsports Ford in the NASCAR Cup Series, and Austin Zivich, car chief of the number 78 BJ McLeod Motorsports Ford in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, were suspended for behavioral penalty violations, and we're not going to go into member codes on that.
No.
So you got one guy doing drugs, and the rest of them being bad on behavior.
Also, too, the other news is about Petty Motorsports being
pretty much bought
out by one of, I can't remember what.
GMS.
Yeah. Petty Motorsports pretty much got bought out by GMS.
Yep.
Which includes, I do believe, 2 more charters to Petty Motorsports.
Okay. And a little bit of F1 news. I'm just going to take this from December 2nd.
Okay.
Day before first practice, I think.
Okay.
And this is written by Lawrence Edmondson. He's an F1 editor for ESPN. Lewis Hamilton says he does not feel comfortable racing at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix this weekend, saying Formula One is duty-bound to raise awareness about human rights concerns in the country. Saudi Arabia will host its first F1 race this weekend at a new circuit in the coastal city of Jeddah. The addition of the race to the sports schedule has resulted in accusations of sport washing from human rights groups, which claim the event is being staged to distract attention from abuses of human rights in the country. Hamilton, who also raised concerns about human rights during race weekends in Bahrain and Qatar earlier this year, said he did not feel comfortable racing in Saudi Arabia. And I quote, "As I said at the last race in Qatar, I feel that the sport and we are duty bound to try to help raise awareness for certain issues that we've seen, particularly human rights in these countries that we're going to. With the utmost respect to everyone that's there or that's here, so far I've had a warm welcome from everyone on the ground. I can't pretend to ever be the most knowledgeable or have the deepest understanding of someone who has grown up in the community here that is heavily affected by certain rules and the regime. Do I feel comfortable here? I wouldn't say I do. But it's not my choice to be here. The sport has taken the choice to be here, whether it's right or wrong. Whilst we're here again, I feel it's important that we do try to raise awareness," end quote. Hamilton plans to wear a progressive pride flag design on his helmet at this weekend's race to raise awareness about laws against same-sex relationships in Saudi Arabia, which human rights group Amnesty International reports are punishable by flogging and imprisonment. President of Saudi Arabia's Automobile Motorcycle Federation, Prince Khalid bin Sultan Al Faisal, said he respected Hamilton's decision to make a stand. And I quote, "It's good to see people stand for what they believe, but at the same time, we have our culture and our traditions. We understand for someone who with his background, I totally understand why he does it. I think he should do what he do, whatever he supports and thinks is suitable for him. We respect his opinion," end quote. By the way, just so also one thing I didn't quote for Hamilton, changes about women's rights. These changes then, for example, women's rights of being able to drive in 2018 is how they're policed. Are they really in effect? Why are some of the women still in prison from driving many years ago? There's a lot of change that needs to happen. I think our sport needs to do more, end quote.
Well, the thing is I understand where Hamilton's coming from.
Exactly. I mean,
but
stand up for what you believe in.
Stand up for what you believe in, but also you've got to realize countries
I'm tired of realizing what the Middle East wants.
Will you just let me finish?
Hey, I've got no respect for the Middle East.
I don't either, but they're so deep in traditions.
No, they're okay. Okay. Go ahead.
No.
I'm cutting myself.
No.
Because I was going to get pissed. Not you, but go.
No.
Go.
No, I'm not going to.
Just do it.
No.
Do it now.
No.
Now.
No.
Now, what were you going to say? Finish it up.
No, because
I know where I was going to go, and I'm not going to go that route because I'll probably get kicked off YouTube.
Well, then I'm not going my route either because we'll probably get kicked off.
Why, is it that bad?
No, it's not that bad. It's just I don't want to cause any controversy or any negative.
Honestly, I would like to see the drivers do, but I know they can't because they're under contract. Because I like to see them put their fucking foot down and say we're not racing Z races. Kind of like the drivers did in the United States at the United States Grand Prix years ago when we had a shit tire from Michelin.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
They drove around on the formation lap and drove. They took the grid. As soon as the green flag dropped, they slowly drove around the track and pitted.
Yeah. I mean,
Anyways.
I agree with you there. The thing is nowadays drivers can't do that because they'll say they'll have to come back a day later and apologize for what they did because they will offend somebody else.
Well, I mean, it's all Liberty Media.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Liberty Media is a U.S. company.
Yeah.
They own F1 now, which sucks.
Yeah. So even if the drivers wanted to put their foot down and say their opinion about these other countries that are basically barbaric towards women and humans, they can't really do it.
I hate these apps.
Because, like you said, it's Liberty Media. It's an American-owned company. You say something that they don't agree with or they think is going to offend somebody, then they have to come back 2 or 3 days later and apologize.
All right, let's go to the F2 race.
So, that was dang. That one driver was lucky. That one driver was darn lucky.
They're both fucking lucky.
That's what I'm saying. They're both lucky.
No, you're saying that one driver's lucky.
Well, the one that the car went like this with.
Hi, Hannah.
Yeah,
what?
The driver that the car bent in on him.
No, the car bent this way on him.
Yeah.
Hence why he's got a heel problem now. Seriously.
I know.
I mean, you're chuckling about it.
You know why I'm chuckling, right? I'm not chuckling over his injury. You said heel problem.
This isn't fucking professional wrestling.
Thank you. That's what I was chuckling about.
We're not talking about. No, wait a minute. I gotta go back in time. Fuck. Who was the last fucking decent heel?
I don't know. Was
Taker?
Taker, yeah, I believe it was Taker.
At one point, Taker was a fucking heel.
Yeah.
There ain't no fucking heels nowadays.
No, but I'm just saying, you said
they're all a
heel.
bunch of flip-floppy fuckers now.
Yeah, you said heel. Well, if you would have said heel fracture, then I wouldn't have thought.
Anyways,
professional
so
wrestling.
What had happened was the start of the F2 race at Jeddah.
Let's give a little backstory.
What kind of backstory is there? The fucking lights, 5 red lights go on, the lights go out, everyone takes off except for shit. They open chair,
and then
his car stalls. Enzo Fittipaldi, who started back in 18th position, who just got moved up from F3 to F2.
Yeah.
Decided to swing out and slam in the back of his car about probably the third or fourth, fifth gear when he hit it.
Yeah.
Red flagged the race. Took them forever to get that cleaned up.
Yeah. Which
by the time when they got that cleaned up, they came back on with a 20-minute time limit.
Yeah.
And then with about 14 or 12 minutes ago, I think it was, and that they had another wreck, another 2 cars wrecked, which brought out another red flag, which then ended the fucking race because you had to get to the F1 driver parade.
Well, yeah, but the thing is red flags was plagued the whole weekend.
Right, and we're going to get into that when we get into the F1 race because in each session of the 3 practices, and no, not on quality, but during the 3 practices, there was red flags each day.
Yeah.
Or each practice session.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into F1. Right. Anyways, right. First of all, they were both flighted to a hospital.
Yes, they were.
Theo was he was pulled. He got to leave early. Enzo, he only ended up with a heel fracture. So Kim doesn't go.
Yeah, heel fracture.
Luckily, that's all he got, which just shows the safety innovations that the F1 or that the FIA have actually instituted not only in F2 but also in F1. Alrighty, the Formula 1 race. Should we start out with all the pre-show shit?
Yes, let's.
With all the flying fucking drones and shit like that. It's a fucking race.
Yeah.
I don't need a bunch of extra bullshit.
No.
Get to the fucking race.
True.
Go through your We Are One program. Do your little Saudi Arabian national anthem program.
Yeah.
Get the fucking guys in the goddamn cars. Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't need some dude up there playing a fucking cello or where the fuck he's playing and knocking out half the fucking lights. Actually, let me rephrase that. Knocking out all the lights, but the ones that are shown on the cars.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, they cut the whole fucking track.
Oh jeez.
Just to show some dude playing a little fucking cello or a violin or where the fuck he was playing.
Was it what did he
or
have
some
it on?
fucking
Was it did he have
or some guitar thing they use? I don't know. All I know is I was annoyed with it. But then again, I'm annoyed with a lot of things. I'm annoyed with fucking half the shit NASCAR does.
I know you are. That's why we don't watch pre-race.
I'm annoyed with shit that goes on at our local racetrack.
Yeah, I know.
I don't need to fucking pray when I go to a goddamn racetrack.
Parade. We don't have
Pray.
Oh, pray.
Pray.
Yeah.
I don't need to pray. We don't need to pray.
That's been something
That shit doesn't need to be on TV.
Again, just like these other
This is what happens when I'm tired. I do more bitching than
again, I'm not saying I support these countries, but just like the countries that have traditions that they have to follow that's been steeped in there ever since their culture started, we over here have always prayed before races. So it's a tradition.
wrong. We have not always done it.
Well, just recently then. I mean,
Since the 2000s.
Yes, since the 2000s. So if you go to a grassroots racetrack in a town,
I don't know why they do it fucking at local tracks. There's
I don't know.
No need for it.
Who knows? All I know is.
Then again, maybe it's a good thing we do it. Maybe it's a good thing they do out at Coca Meet people fucking died out there.
There's only.
Well, we were at one.
Yeah, we were at one accident.
That the guy died in.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's been more deaths before that we didn't know of because we'd only been here for X amount of years.
Yeah, prior. But that was the prior owner. That wasn't under the current owner. The only one under the current owner.
The current owner is the fucking tribe.
Oh, okay.
Benji is
a
fucking
track promoter.
Right.
Okay, so yes. Well, yeah. But you know.
Watch out, you are grabbing a hold of a power cord, just so you know.
Well, I can't.
Can't what?
I can't scoot back because I don't want to scoot on that one part. And my foot needs to be flat.
Jesus Christ. Are we in Santa fucking Ana?
No, we're not now.
Starting to wonder what's going on in the chat. You think?
Oh,
I can't pay attention. I can't see it up there.
Oh,
even though we're closer to it, I can't see it.
Oh, just what? Just after Hannah said, "Hey, it's a Dragon Buddy posted this. You are a good woman, but then again, you may be the Antichrist."
Well, what the hell?
And it says, "Knowing here, I don't know if it was to."
No, they're talking amongst themselves.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I know, DB. I know. They get a local chaplain at every friggin' local track.
I know they do.
Or every track they go to, which is kind of weird because I mean, do we really trust the one from Vegas? I mean, it's Sin City.
I know. And Tom did bring up a good point.
I mean, are there really people are there really Christians in Vegas?
I know.
It's a simple city.
Yeah, I know it is. But Tom does bring up a good point, Kim, that same reasoning allows BYU to do their bull crap, which is true.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree. It shouldn't be part of a local racetrack. Hell, it shouldn't even be part of NASCAR.
Anyways, all right. So, so they did their little deal, and finally we get to the formation lap. They go around. I'm trying to
remember.
Well, nothing happened. I mean, they just drove around the formations, got up on the grid, boom, lights go out, and holy shit. Everyone dove into turn one, and I'm like, yep, here we go. Wait for it. Nothing happened.
No, it didn't
happen. No wreck.
No, it didn't happen until later.
Oh, matter of fact, I was going to pull that because Martin Rundle did. Yeah, there we go. Didn't happen until we got lap 10 when Mick Schumacher spun off the track.
Or as negative camera put it, Schumacher got in an argument with his rear with the rear of his car. And
he got in an argument with the rear end of his car.
Yeah, and ended up in the wall.
He's trying to go too goddamn fast in the car that can't go too goddamn fast because it's a goddamn American car.
Well, and then they didn't do much development on it either. I
don't like excuses.
I'm not saying. Nothing. I'm just saying, then let me put it to you this way. It's not only Haas that got turned into a wall, also Ferrari too hit a wall.
That was during that's because Charles Leclerc is driving over his head.
Okay, the same situation with Mick.
I mean, okay,
both of them are driving cars that can't handle.
The thing is Mick hit the same spot where Charles had hit during practice.
Yeah.
Which at first, Michael Massey decided to throw just the safety car out.
Yeah.
Then as the safety car came out, everyone, half the field dove in the pit road. The other half didn't dive in the pit road. At the same time, Valtteri Bottas was dragging ass so they could double stack in Mercedes. Yeah. Which I did look at the FIA rule book on dragging ass pretty much under a safety car, and you're not allowed to go exceedingly slow speeds. So again, I know Max wasn't the only one bitching about it. I know Daniel Ricciardo bitched about it, and I know a couple other drivers were talking about how slow how it was going to that part of the lap where most of them were going to pit. So again, not sure if Red Bull's original plan was not to pit on the first safety car, or if because Valtteri slowed the fucking field up, they decided to fuck this shit. We're gonna stay out. Maybe they looked at the camera angles too and realized, oh fuck, you know what? Every time we've had a safety car or an issue, they automatically red
flag the session.
Red flag the session.
Yeah.
So one thing when Mick did hit it, you saw the Protect fall apart.
Oh yeah.
So again, that means it's got to be fucking replaced.
Yeah.
And anytime they've ever had to replace a wall on F1,
it has always been a red flag.
Always do a fucking red flag.
Yeah, it's always been a red flag.
So anyway, that's red flag number 1.
Yes.
By virtue of that, Max gets the friggin' lead. Under the current rule book of Formula 1, they're allowed to change tires, allowed to fix any car damage.
Yes.
Again, this helped Lewis back in Imola.
Yeah, it did.
Earlier this season.
Yeah, it did.
So, these things always have a way of working themselves out.
Yeah.
Then we get the race start. And again, according to the rule book is vague on this. The fucking game will fucking bust your ass if you're not fucking 10 seconds behind or 10 car lengths behind the fucking car while you're coming to a regrid.
See, and that's the thing that they need.
When I read the FIA rule book on it, it is very vague. It's very gray matter.
That's what it goes back to. These gray matter areas of these FIA rules need to be black and white.
Red Bull says something to Michael Massey. He says, "Oh, we're not under the same rule book now, or same rules as beginning of the race." And like, wait, the way I've always understood from the last 4 years of watching F1 is the minute safety car comes out, all cars from front to back have to be within 10 car lengths.
Yeah.
If you pit, you got to get caught up while staying at a delta.
Yeah.
You get caught up, and then you got to stay within that 10 car lengths.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Again,
that's the reason why they need to rewrite their rule book.
I agree. So that's more water under the bridge in a way.
Yeah.
So we get to the restart, and Lewis gets a fucking jump.
Yes,
my God, he had the tires lit up, ready to go, and Max just didn't have it.
No, he didn't.
So Max comes across, fucking smacks into him after cut the fucking corner. That's this time when
wasn't Perez and them involved in a wreck before this, or was it after?
No, that's the second red flag. We're getting ready. We're coming to that.
Okay.
So Lewis and them, Lewis takes the fucking track. Max goes off the fucking track because Lewis did push him out a little wide. I watched the in-car camera of Lewis. He's coming down the straightaway. You see him just do this towards Max as they get close to that corner, then fucking dive it in. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. That's how you shut somebody off track and not make it look like you did.
I know that.
But that's what happens when you're a 7-time fucking champion, 7-time, and you've been a veteran in the sport. You know how to do shit without it being noticeable. Don't fucking shake your head. Don't even. Anyways.
That's why I'm not saying a word.
We get through turn 2. Max and Lewis tangle right there. Thought for sure they're going to both wreck out at that moment. They didn't, thank God. They take off, and then all of a sudden, Leclerc hits the back of fucking Perez or something, but Perez is going sideways across the track, and Nikita Mazepin decides to stick his nose right up George Russell's ass.
Yeah, I still don't understand what caused Perez to spin, though.
He probably got hit.
I was wondering if he was tagged from behind.
I'll only tell you what caused Perez to get spun. And it's going to be something we talk about probably later, probably during next week's show at the end of the season, when we kind of go over what we think is going to happen in 2022, right? Is Perez is not that good.
Well, I'm not saying that he's the perfect driver, but the thing is did he get tagged from behind, or was it the same situation that has happened to everybody else? He overdrove the car, lost the ass end of the car, and spun.
Personally, I think he got hit by Leclerc. Honestly, I think he did get hit, but I don't give a fuck. You can't control your car. You can't control your car.
Well, then, okay. So then take that comment. Then any other driver, even if they're 7-time champion that can't control their car, shouldn't be up there either.
Then again, I've got some shit I want to bring up when we get to the whole fucking, all this fucking shit with this cutting corner shit bullshit. Because this shit's been going on for way too long.
Yeah, no one has.
So anyway, we get the second red flag.
Yeah, but before they second red flagged it, don't they do a string of virtual safety cars?
No. Red flag number 1, red flag number 2.
Okay.
That's on lap 15. Red flag number 1 was lap 13. Lap 15
was red flag number 2.
I hate to say, I try this.
I just read what they're saying. Sneakier. LOL, mix and stir. Fair enough, LOL. Ooh, Kim makes a great point.
Fucking whip and stir. Fucking buy a whip, and every time she makes a point I don't like, I'll just whip her.
I'm just saying.
Make this household Saudi Arabia. Then I am king of this fucking household.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
I'm teasing.
I know.
Then that's when you're supposed to come back with some smart ass comment.
I couldn't think of one.
Hannah's got to work with you. Actually, no, Hannah does not need to work with you. So yeah, so we come back down the road. We get another fucking restart. Oh wait, before that, what the fuck is beeping?
I think it's our coffee pot.
We got bombs going off in this motherfucker or something.
No, I think it's our coffee pot. I think it's our coffee pot.
Fucking goddamn beeping motherfucker. Beeps when it's done. Beeps for some other fucker. Probably telling us it's shutting off.
Yeah, the heating plate for the pot, or I call it carafe, is shut off.
It's a fucking pot.
Technically, it's a carafe. But yes, it's a pot.
Are we really going to pump the brakes on a goddamn coffee pot?
No.
All right.
I'm just saying.
So, second red flag.
Yeah, second red flag was lap 15.
Okay, so at this point, we get Michael Massey, let's make a deal or no deal.
But if I could be, but it could be fun if I did. Oh. See, even Hannah says it's your coffee pot.
Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh God, I think I know which ones they purchased too.
What?
You didn't see the app because you were working. You didn't see the after show last night of the Sidebar Cantina. Okay, so I'm gonna pump the brakes for a second. So Kristen comes in, got these fucking nice big ass fucking brownies. Which then Lunar Girl says she's gonna make some fucking brownies. And I'm just like looking down the hall going, why don't you fucking bake? I'm giving you shit, okay? I'm giving you shit. It's like, oh God, I'm gonna have to buy fucking brownies on payday. Anyways. And then she brings in this cup of noodles thing.
Okay.
Cup of noodles, pumpkin spice.
Oh, that doesn't even sound good. That goes with noodles. Oh God, that sounds gross.
And it says it on the directions. If you like, also add whipped cream.
Oh.
I love how you're even fucking. So she eventually finally gets Jason to fucking take a taste of it, right? Dave mentions it fucking smells like pretty much craft stores. You know, where you walk in, they got all the smelly candles and shit.
For the holidays.
Right. And so Jason finally takes a fucking bite. Wait, before he does, he lets go. I mean, just goes off on Kristen about using a spoon instead of a fork to eat a couple noodles. Whatever.
People are different.
Right. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
So I know, I'm pretty sure if he wasn't joking, I'm sure he got his ass kicked last night after they got off the show.
Yeah.
Anyways, he takes a bite. Dave is like all of a sudden like, dude, pull your mic. I mean, you can just see it in the space. And Dave Dave don't handle puke, right? So you like tell him, I'll fucking stab you or whatever, right? And then Little Girl pops in the chat, says, "Oh, Dave don't like puke" or some shit like that, and puts it. He goes, "Exactly, Little Girl knows me." And Jason the whole time, I'm fucking ready to lose it. And I'm like, and I think I put in the chat something about this is where there needs to be a new fucking segment in the show. Jason tries new foods.
I'm sorry, that don't even sound good. I'm sorry, that don't sound good at all.
So yeah, go ahead and go out there and get your cup of noodles, pumpkin spice, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so back to this race. So we're at the second red flag, right? What?
Going from Jason's face, it's no good.
Right. Oh God. I mean, it sounds no good in the first place for me anyways, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's like, oh my God. So anyways, oh Lord. Anyways, so we get deal or no deal with fucking Michael Massey. Which is funnier than hell because the first thing he says to Jonathan Wheatley of Red Bull is, we need, pretty much you guys need to give the place back. So then Jonathan says, okay, so behind Ocon in front of Lewis. And Michael's like, yeah, okay, well, we need to talk about it for a minute. I'm like, how the fuck is that right?
Yeah, because at that time it was Ocon, just like what happened before. The seas just split and Ocon went through.
Well, no, the seas didn't split. Ocon fucking got through there. Oh, that's what I missed.
Yeah.
Ocon went through there when Lewis and Max got together.
Yeah.
That's where I missed that. I'm sorry. And so, but then they go back and they're ready to tell Jonathan, yeah, we'll accept it. He's like, oh, well, no, you've got to, I messed up. You got to be behind Lewis. Okay. First of all, again, this is the first year we're hearing any of this shit between Michael Massey or the race director and the teams. We have never heard the shit ever before.
No.
Because I think Charlie Whiting would never allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Personally.
No. So,
of course, Red Bull takes that idea. Oh, yeah, we'll do that. Then they put fucking mediums on Max's car. And the reason why I think they did this, everything's so they did it. Everyone keeps saying, all the pundits say, oh, they did it because so they could run it in the race. They didn't do it to run it in the race.
No, they did it to get him ahead.
They did it to get him ahead, and they were hoping for another fucking
red flag
to be able to change them tires back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Max dives it down there and fucking 3 wides them.
Yeah.
Which then again, I mean, I've seen this. I've seen Daniel Ricciardo do this shit before.
I know.
I've seen Lewis do it before.
I know.
I've seen everybody do it before. Well, Lewis takes evasive action, hits fucking Ocon, breaks Ocon's fucking floor.
Yeah.
Just like I found out later, Ocon stated flat out, if his floor would have hadn't been damaged at that moment by Lewis, he thinks he could have held about 3 off for third place.
Well, yeah.
I call bullshit because you know what? I'm sorry, Ocon, but that little Alpine car, which used to be Renault, is not as fast as a fucking Mercedes.
No. Well, everybody knows that Mercedes is the top of the line, and as long as Mercedes is in F1, they're going to have the top of the line cars.
They've only excuse me. They've only had top of the line since they went to this fucking turbo hybrid car engine. That's the only time. That's the only when they've been this fast. So it's something in this engine that Mercedes got in there that no other engine manufacturer can get, and they don't even. I don't think they even give it to like Racing Point or Williams.
Yeah, later to become Aston Martin.
Right, but they're still running Mercedes engines.
Yeah, but it's
until
not
next year.
Yeah, it's no longer Racing Point anymore. It's Aston Martin.
So after this, we get Fernando Alonso coming on. We get Fernando coming on the radio, letting
him know, hey, there's a lot of debris. We need to.
Which there was a lot of fucking debris.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was waiting for somebody. Honestly, I was waiting for somebody to hit it.
Yeah, and get a puncher.
And then smack the fucking wall again.
Yeah.
Because that's what would have happened.
Yeah. And so then
we got
starts the virtual safety car after virtual safety car after virtual
safety car. Well, we got lap 23 to 24. We had a virtual safety car for debris. Then we went back green.
Yeah.
Then we had another virtual safety car at lap 30 to 32 for debris. Then we went back green. Then we had another virtual safety car for debris at lap 36.
Yeah.
Then on the restart of that.
Yeah, well, just to kind of review the chat here. Tom says the Brazilians make this pumpkin soup that is very gross, and Dragon Buddy says this deal making venture was so poorly done. What a mess.
Well, like I said, DB, the thing is if it's happened before, we've never known about it, because again, this is the first year we're getting bits and pieces of what's going on between the teams and the FIA, or between the teams and Michael Massey.
Yeah.
We have never heard this before in all the years I've watched F1.
No.
We have never had that type of insight. So usually you just see shit happening, like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And it usually give out some directive.
Yeah.
More likely, I mean, again, all that stuff's being also directed by the stewards.
Yeah.
So the stewards tell Michael Massey, give Red Bull this option, I guess, and we'll go from there. Everybody's just assuming it's Michael Massey doing, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, anyway, lap 30.
We're getting to 37 now.
Yeah, lap 37.
The fun lap, as I want to call it.
Okay, go for it.
So we hit green.
Yes.
Hamilton almost passes Verstappen at turn 1. Again, Max goes off course.
Yes.
Then now this is where I'm going to stop for a minute, because this is where after reading the steward's report, we saw that they mentioned in there something about strategically.
Yes.
We're like, that wasn't mentioned on the TV.
No.
So I watched Max's in-car camera.
Yes, and it was mentioned
on F1 TV. Well, actually, now we have an F1 TV.
Yeah.
Apple. Yes. So now I might actually keep my F1 TV.
Yes.
Anyways, watch that, listen to it, and then it was Max, we need to get the position back, but we need to do it strategically. Which right then and there, in my brain, and this, I mean, obviously I know where it's at, I know where they're coming up to, and in my brain I would have done the same friggin' thing, because there's a DRS detection zone right there before you hit the fucking corner.
And that's
that last corner.
Yeah.
Hold on. So same time, Michael Massey calls Andrew from Mercedes,
Mhm.
and then now I'm watching. And you watched it with me,
Yes, I did.
and at the same time we watched Max slow down to fourth gear,
Yeah.
then hit the brakes.
Yeah.
It went down to third.
Yeah.
That's when Lewis hit him.
Yeah.
Luckily, I mean, Lewis still made a great fucking move. He only got the corner of the fucking front wing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when we're watching Lewis's in car, again, he's coming up behind Max, slowing down.
Yeah.
Which, again, if Max has got no, let's say Max is breaking down, why would he stay behind Max at all?
Exactly.
Anyways, we'll get to that. Then he goes to avoid Max. He hits him on the rear tire, which is amazing. Max didn't have a fucking flat.
Yeah.
It's amazing that fucking wing even held up.
Yeah.
As right after that happens, we hear Bono come on and saying, Max is going to give you the position back. There is a fucking problem there.
That's where they need to, since they, and you brought it up before the podcast, since they have this big radio thingy, you know, and they're not able to hear each other all at the same time because they're punching one channel and the other channel. Either one, they need a separate channel that's completely separate, that is just between all the teams in the FIA, or they need to have foot messengers go down there.
Okay, so let's look at NASCAR for a minute. I want to bring NASCAR up for a reason. NASCAR, the spotters have 3 channels that they are on.
Yes.
You have 3 different channels. One channel's to the driver. A second channel's to the crew chief. Third channel, they cannot talk on because that is the race director for NASCAR telling them important information.
Yeah.
So why in the fuck does F1 not have a fucking one channel where Michael Massey hits that button and it goes to all the communication directors of all the teams? Again, way too many people this shit's got to go through to get to the fucking driver, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it's like they got to go through the communications officer. The communication officer's got to go to
the engineer.
The engineer. The engineer's got to go to the principal.
No.
What I mean by
to relay a message to the driver, Michael Massey calls the communications director of the team. From there, that communications director then radios the engineer of the driver. Then the driver will use Lewis and Bono. Peter Bonington is his engineer, but everybody calls him Bono. Bono then hits the fucking button saying, Lewis, they're going to give it back to you.
Yeah.
Well, by then, Max has already fucking slowed down. Lewis has already ran into him.
Yeah.
And so this has already taken place. The thing which should be, this is how it should, if you only got this one way, and then of course, Andrew gets back on there screaming at fucking Michael. Oh, no, I told you, Okay. And I can only press so many buttons at a time. Okay, fine. Then why at that fucking point did you not tell Red Bull, do not give it back right away?
Yeah.
Let me contact Mercedes to inform them what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Then I'll come back to you, tell you
when to give the lap, when to give the position back.
Then at that point, then you got one lap to get the fucking shit done.
Yeah, and then at that point, there should never be a penalty. There should never be a 5-second penalty.
No, that penalty is for something else. Well, no, that penalty came down from the stewards. So, because of the fact that he did not give that position back to Lewis.
I know.
He was trying to give it back in a way, but he didn't give it back. But then again, where the hell, rewind back to 2017, where was Lewis's 10 fucking second penalty?
Exactly.
For slamming on the brakes on Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah.
Anyways, it don't matter. All right. That's 2017. This is 2021. Anyways, so I've got no love lost for any of these fucking drivers. They're all a bunch of whiny little bitches. Their fucking team principals are all a bunch of whiny little bitches.
And their whole season has been nothing but
You're right. Go ahead. I
Has
didn't mean to
not-
stop you on that one.
Has been nothing but playing games with each other. The team principals are
God.
playing games with each other. Total and
Ugh.
Horner's playing games with each other. Max and Lewis are playing games with each other.
Well, I mean,
It's been the whole damn season.
and the FIA has allowed this to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rewind to Brazil. Both Lewis and Max were off the fucking course. Max drove Lewis wide. Lewis went off. Max went off. They both were outside the fucking white lines.
Yeah.
Again, I'm tired of this fucking track limit shit only occurring in certain fucking corners.
It should be the whole track.
The whole fucking track's got a white goddamn line.
Like,
There's your fucking
yeah. If you go beyond those white lines, I don't care if you are trying to hit these curbs to get an advantage, you're out of track. You're violating track limits.
right. Well, you only got to keep half the car. You put two wheels on a curb. The other two wheels are still on the fucking track.
Yeah,
That's all you got to have.
But there's some of them that on corners that don't have track limits. All four wheels are going over that curve.
It's not because the track don't have limits. It's because the FIA
That's what
says
I'm
we're
saying.
not going to enforce it on that corner.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Again, it needs to be the fucking white line.
Yeah.
White line determines the track.
Yeah.
You know, that is why NASCAR eventually put in the goddamn yellow line at Daytona and Talladega.
Either way, Max has some good brakes in his car.
They've all got damn good brakes in their car. I mean, the problem is it was so sudden, and I'll get into it. I'm actually going to read part of this fucking article from Martin Brundle once we get to the pretty much the end of this motherfucker.
Yeah, and then yes, I agree. There's no consistency with the rule book violations.
And that is so true, DB. It's the same thing in NASCAR. It's the same. I haven't watched Indy Car enough to know if they follow if they do a lot of bullshit with the rule book, but at least NASCAR and F1, there's no consistency. Well, hell, there's no consistency in it. And the
NFL.
I mean, you got some referees are calling these fucking games really hard, tight, and you got other referees that are letting them play.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with fucking again, the stewards, and this is another thing I don't like. The stewards are voluntary. They're volunteers. They don't get paid to be stewards.
No.
They're not stewards for every fucking race.
No, and that's the other thing that needs to change too, is if you're gonna they always have stewards at the track. Okay. Right.
And they only gotta have 3.
Yeah.
You got 3 stewards.
Yeah, I know.
How hard is it at the beginning of each season for you got 20 fucking teams? Nominate 3 fucking stewards by the end of January.
Yeah.
February, we're gonna vote on with the same teams. Teams. You know, we're gonna vote on the top 3 that got the most nominations.
Yeah.
And then there's your 3, and then out of or you're gonna have 6 out of it or whatever the fuck, or you're gonna have them all and vote, and then the top 3 the top 3 get the most nominations. Fuck it, they're the stewards for the year.
And they go with they travel
the whole fucking season.
The whole season with them.
They go to every track.
Yeah.
Anyways, but there again, we gotta get rule books followed perfectly. So anyway, yes, as we mentioned, Lewis does hit the back of Max's car. Lap 42, Verstappen finally lets Hamilton through, but then immediately repasses him, and has DRS down the pit straight.
Yeah, and
it was cheeky. I know why Total smiled at that. Because the thing that Toto's going is got to be thinking, because he's a race car driver himself, going, yeah, that's a good fucking. I mean, who, again, and you want to take care of half this DRS problem, get rid of the fucking DRS.
And and also DB, you do bring up a valid point. All the rules are read differently for each different track, driver, weather, etc. Yep. There's no, and that's the other thing that needs to change too. They need to be interpreted one way for every track.
True. And for all drivers.
Yeah, for all drivers.
All teams, regardless of who they are and how much. Well, I mean, because here's the thing, is like he brought up, I mean, the rule book is usually interpreted different for Ferrari than it is even for Mercedes and Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, because Ferrari gives the most money to F1, so or the FIA or whatever the fuck. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta bring that up in the rule for next year's rule book. There's something interesting I found in the rule book about what it costs to be an F1 team.
Okay.
Pretty much these current teams, what they've got to pay, they've already had to pay to be in next year's championship.
Oh, geez. Okay.
anyways, in lap 43, Hamilton finally passes Verstappen for good, and eventually
Wins the race.
he goes on and wins the race. Right. So let me go ahead and read most of this article here by Martin Brundle from Sky Sports. Obviously, he's part of the commentating team. You got David Croft, and better known as Crofty, and you got Martin Brundle, who used to be an F1 driver. And literally, this was just posted today at 3:09. Well, 3:09 my time in the morning for us. So, anyways, Lewis Hamilton's 103rd Formula One victory in Saudi Arabia has set the scene for an epic showdown at the revised Abu Dhabi circuit. Once again, it appeared that Hamilton and Mercedes' relentless speed under the Jeddah floodlights was going to win through whatever Max Verstappen and Red Bull could conjure up. In this respect, F1 has a problem in that with that the design of the racetracks, particularly with regard to the safety runoff areas and the sporting regulations, simply can't contain the way that Verstappen is choosing and you need to go racing at the moment. The FIA's only way to control him is with endless reviews and occasional penalties. He's been playing a game given that with his points advantage, Hamilton simply can't afford to have an accident with him and lose an opportunity to reduce the points deficit. Even now, despite being absolutely level on points going into the final round, the first time in F1 since 1974, that remains the case given that he has, Max, a 9-8 race victory tally should there be a countback. So in other words, if let's say they wreck out at the next race.
Yes.
And let's say Max wrecks out first and then Lewis wrecks out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say they only wreck out together, by whatever. They then will take away the last two races.
Yeah.
Go two back, and that will give Max the title because that takes away Lewis's last two wins.
Yeah, it does.
This is the way their fucking rule book's written.
I know it is.
Such is Max's car control and kind of he's sometimes able to pull off the audacious moves and leave a margin of doubt as to whether it's hard racing or simply professional foul outside of the regulations. And if those moments, such as the infamous turn 4 in Brazil, which are generating confusion, controversies, and inconsistencies, I'm in awe of Verstappen's driving skills and racecraft, and have championed him since the Chinese Grand Prix of 2015 when he was in the Toro Rosso. Now,
Red Bull.
Toro Rosso?
Oh, Toro Rosso's now AlphaTauri.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll let you say because I always fuck it up.
Yeah, Toro Rosso's now AlphaTauri.
His touch and control behind the wheel is something to behold, but it saddens me that he's resorting to such tactics. He's better than that. I do agree with Martin.
Okay, I agree.
What?
I agree with him to a point too, but every driver does it.
True. For all his outwardly carefree attitude, it will be such a shame if his legacy is to be labeled as an unfair driver. This I find interesting. Here we go. You ready for this one? This is what Martin Brundle says. Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher had their faults too, and I was on the receiving end from both of them on occasions, but it's a sizable dent on their immersed reputations and not a positive. Well, wow, really? How come every time I hear anybody talk about Senna and Schumacher, it's always glaringly positive? I'd never hear anything about their...
Okay, so then that begs the question. Is it among the drivers that he's referring to, or is it among the fans? It can't be among the fans because
it's not among the fans because everybody loves Michael.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody loves Senna.
So it can't be among the fans. So is it among the drivers?
It's among them fucking idiots back then that couldn't fucking beat them. Just like you'll have these same drivers like Vettel, Ricardo, all the guys driving today will say the same thing about Lewis eventually.
Yeah.
20 years from now, they'll be talking about how Lewis was at the beginning of his career and how it put a dent on his deal. And they'll do the same thing about Max.
Yeah, I know.
The problem is most of them are young. When you come in young, you're fresh, you're ready to rock, and you want to go. Look at Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah.
He's had his shit moments.
Yes, he has.
And then the other thing I remember too is Max came in like at 17 years old.
Yes, he did.
In the F1.
Yes, he did.
And he's only 24.
Yeah.
He's still a young kid. Back in the 80s and 90s and 70s, These guys were 20, 25, 25, 20
years,
25 to 30
yeah,
before they got a
came.
ride in
Yeah.
F1.
Yeah, exactly.
So they were already old dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why they didn't have long careers.
Yeah, exactly, Dragon Buddy. Ooh, really? These are beloved drivers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure if you go back more, I'm sure the guys that drove against Jackie Stewart would say the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
When Jackie was winning everything.
And even yeah. And even getting the privilege of having F1 TV and actually watching the past seasons.
Oh, yeah,
what's
it's
happening?
been fun.
Yeah, it has, because what's happening this year has happened throughout the whole F1 season. Dude. All the drivers play games with each other.
Let's pump the brakes on that. At the end of this show today, we'll talk about what we've noticed on what used to happen on an F1 race, especially in the 80s.
Yes.
This is some crazy fucking shit.
It is. It's crazy.
But we'll do that after we get done. Okay, so let me get back to Martin's story here. Before the race, it was Lewis under the headmaster's BI after qualifying following a bizarre lap in practice when he badly blocked two drivers, including Nikita Mazepin, who he rightly thanked because he saved his championship chances by avoiding heavy contact with the back of the Mercedes. Again, that was Mercedes.
That wasn't Lewis.
Right.
Lewis never knew Nikita was there.
Right. And it wasn't until they almost wrecked that Lewis Key's like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah, we forgot. Sorry. Or no, they just right after it happened, they keyed Bono keys and said, Mazepin's coming at high rate of speed. Yeah, I already know.
Yeah. That Mercedes dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, Bono Bono was dropping. I mean, I'm going to blame the one on Massey because we did listen to our in-car radio. We know that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that moment there, even Bono's like, yeah, I'm sorry, Lewis. Like,
yeah,
are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Especially at this track where there's all these blind spots.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Bono's fault there.
Right.
That wasn't Lewis.
Who he rightly thanked because by avoiding heavy contact with the back of the Mercedes. The second infringement for yellow flags was an absolute nothing, given that a Marshall button was pressed mistakenly for 1 second, but this didn't stop Red Bull feeling aggrieved after they were penalizing Guitar. Okay, I give him credit there because of the one yellow flag for Valtteri and then double yellow. Anyways,
yeah,
that shit happens.
Yeah.
And so the rhetoric continued. Lewis complaining that Max did a practice start in the pit lane, which he did.
And that is illegal.
That is a no-no. Max complaining that Lewis was dropping more than 10 car lengths behind when getting ready for the post red flags standing starts. Again, everyone, even the fucking game gets pissed at you when you're not 10 seconds behind or 10 car lengths behind. So, yet, according when I read the rule book, it's fucking gray.
It is. It's a gray area.
Because it's all under start procedures.
Yeah.
Which makes you confused whether or not you mean the beginning start or because it puts all the start.
Yeah, it fits all the standing starts.
And not,
I mean.
And then under the safety car section, it says once the safety car hits the track and the leader catches up, the leader cannot be no more than 10 car lengths behind the safety car, which we know that they don't enforce that one either because we've seen a plethora of drivers fall backwards of 10 car lengths until they finally say safety car coming in and they get into Q or sector 3 when they're allowed to fall back.
Yeah.
But we've seen it too many times, 2 or 3 laps before, where the leader's always dropping back because they're, my car's over here. Well, too bad. Get behind the fucking car.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, that had more merit. Why the rules should be any different from that scenario compared to a normal formation lap makes no sense and could leave cars sitting on the grid for ages. Max's error in qualifying put him third on the grid instead of pole position. Generally, poor getaways for each of the 3 starts would mean he'd had to get punchy down into turn 1 before making up his own track layout, which Martin did mention a lot of times during the race that a lot of drivers were making their own fucking track.
Yeah, they were.
Then the first red flag played perfectly into Red Bull's hands, giving them a free tire change, having rolled the dice by staying out behind the initial safety car. It's a strange regulation, but being able to repair cars and change potentially damaged tires while the race is neutralized by the red flag keeps drivers in a race, and what goes around comes around in the fullness of time.
Yeah, I like what Dragon Buddy says.
What?
F1 and today's F1 are night and day. Crazy that we keep getting insights on a race to race season, or they were like trade secrets.
Yeah, right.
And then Hector comes in, hello everyone, and then Dragon Buddy says, hey, get back to work. and then Lou Girl says, hi Hector.
Hi, Hector.
Why is it whenever you pop in, I'm washing dishes? So okay, right. Hector. What? No, he says no habla English.
No habla English? Where's Mikey?
Oh, I'll call Jason.
Hamilton. So here we go. Hamilton sees the initiative on the second start, and so Max simply drove around the outside onto the runoff area and made up his own field of play. Behind came the rather large shunt triggered by Leclerc and Perez getting together. There you go.
Yeah.
And what followed was a rather bizarre but apparently not unusual bidding between race control. Red Bull and Mercedes from where on the grid Max would start for the third time as a penalty for passing Lewis off track. Third place was the answer. Now on a new medium compound tires, which wouldn't fare well in the closing laps. His slice up the inside of Hamilton, and then leader Esteban Ocon, who started the evening ninth on the grid, was aggressively perfect as his championship rival had to steer right and somehow didn't wreck his front wing against Ocon's Alpine. Again, I want to know what the that fucking wing's made out of.
Yeah.
Formula One's luckiest, sturdiest front wing.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see further and more intense action yet. Another off-track adventure in turn 1 on lap 37. Max was instructed by race control via his team to hand the position and the lead back to Lewis strategically.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been a reference back
I
to...
I agree, Jack and Buddy.
So, and I love what Martin brings this up, because I remember this happened in Bahrain when Max was instructed to give it back, and he gave it back on the DRS straight while Lewis had DRS, and then they go through a bunch of twisting turns, and even Martin mentioned at the point, why don't you hold it till the next detection zone, which was down the fucking front straightaway at Bahrain.
Yeah.
So anyways, this would have been a reference back to Bahrain, where Max yielded to Lewis, putting himself offline, and then some way behind and nowhere near the DRS zone, thereby potentially costing him victory to Lewis in the race one of this during the season. That was a 14-point swing in Lewis's favor. Imagine how that would be playing out right now. Well, Max slowed and initially gave space in the curvy run down to turn or T27 hairpin. Lewis hadn't yet been informed, but he must have been expecting something, as his story of, I quote, I didn't know what was happening, so I didn't pass him, end quote, doesn't add up, because if Mac had technical issues and was dropping out of the race, Lewis would have normally just sailed past. His instinctively smelt tactics in danger. I believe Max initially made a genuine effort to let Lewis through, but when he realized that they were both planning to be second over the impending DRS detection line to gain advantage down the pit straight, with Lewis now on his rear bumper, he angrily hit the brakes at 69 bar, momentarily generate 2.4 G's of deceleration. Nearly half the normally generated into a heavy braking zone for a high-speed approach to a hairpin, and then pinned the throttle. Hamilton slammed into the back of him, damaging his front wing, along with breaking some rear body work on the Red Bull and cutting a tire. The tire was cut? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think you're fucking full of shit there, Martin. They were lucky not to both be out of the race. I agree with that, which of course would have suited Max just fine. Somehow Hamilton still had more than ample speed with his damaged front wing. After the race, the stewards administered a 10-second penalty to Verstappen for his episode, along with an earlier 5-second penalty for cutting the first chicane. He actually ended up only 5.8 seconds ahead of Ocon, who cruelly lost third place on the line to a recovering Valtteri Bottas in the second Mercedes. Ocon was once again the master of opportunity, just like back in Hungary, and it was a bittersweet result for him in fourth. Daniel Ricciardo finished a fine fifth for McLaren in front of an equally excellent performance from Pierre Gasly. For AlphaTauri,
AlphaTauri,
ahead of both Ferraris. Charles Leclerc had been in the wars with the intermittently retiring Sergio Perez in his Red Bull, and Carlos Sainz recovered from 15th on the grid to 8th in his Ferrari. Antonio Giovinazzi likely now one race from the end of his F1 career. Yeah, what did they say? A day late and a dollar short.
Yeah.
Giovinazzi just showed up a day late, $1 short now.
Oh, yeah.
Finally starts putting races together when his career's over. Finished a very credible 9th in his Alfa Romeo ahead of the recovering Lando Norris, who grabbed the last point for McLaren after getting very unlucky with the first red flag and a few skirmishes. The hurriedly finished Jeddah Quarantine venue looked incredible under the lights, and the fact that it was an 8-month build project is barely believable, although it was rather rough around the edges. I'm not sure that being the fastest ever street circuit is a good target. There are many high-risk, low-skill blind curves, and it's wide open enough to see the kind of shunts with Leclerc, Perez, Russell, Mazepin combo that a street circuit wouldn't normally generate. All three F2 races were heavily interrupted too, and although we expect a different location and circuit at some point in the future, I can't imagine this one is going to fundamentally change in the interim. And so it is an approach with caution track to the extent like Baku, but we've had one hell of an event with massive audiences, and I'm pleased to have visited Saudi Arabia for the first time. F1 boss Stefano Domenicali was bold when he made no excuses for F1 visiting the country, and furthermore claiming that F1 would help drive a change in the culture. And so to the revised Abu Dhabi Yas Marina layout, and just like 21 races ago, there are 0 points between Hamilton and Verstappen. This is going to be some race.
Dragon Buddy says titanium wings in this race. And then,
right?
Yeah. And then he says Bottas trying to prove he isn't a worthless teammate. So, yeah, I agree. Titanium wings.
Bottas is more than fucking. I don't even want to start on Bottas.
I know.
Bottas. He needs to go back to Finland. He just needs to retire too.
I know.
He sucks.
Well, I just don't think his heart's in it. So.
Well, I mean, okay, but would your heart be in it? Let me ask you this much.
My heart wouldn't be in it if I
Let me paint the picture. 3 years ago, when
that's where I was going.
Vettel was close to Lewis in points, when Vettel was with Ferrari, they had Valtteri give up first place to Lewis, so Lewis would get max points.
Yeah, I promise.
So they could guarantee that he would take as many points as he could and not have to worry about it. Well, unfortunately, Lewis won that championship by the race in Mexico, and he didn't need those extra points because Vettel isn't a fucking idiot.
Yeah, well, and then to tell the Bottas that it will be returned later, well, it never was that season.
No, it wasn't.
And it never has
repaid.
been. And that's
the next season. Go ahead.
That's where I was going to go. That's where it all started unraveling.
That's where it first unraveled. That was his first season with Mercedes.
Yeah.
No, sorry, first season was Mercedes.
Yeah.
Second season, Toto, in an interview after Lewis has won the race and Valtteri finished the second, literally told the fucking media, Valtteri is a great wingman.
Yeah, and that's where it continued to start unraveling.
Oh my God! You thought that at that moment the fucking Titanic hit the fucking iceberg.
Yeah.
Because Valtteri come out the next week with an interview of his own saying I'm nobody's fucking wingman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that started. Yeah, that's when everything started falling apart for Mercedes with Valtteri.
Because one.
And that's when he started complaining. That's when he started bitching about every fucking decision they made.
Well, yeah. And I don't blame him. And I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
You're sorry what?
They had to have known that Lewis would wrap that fucking championship up by Mexico, and to have him do that.
Okay, let's get into let's talk about press conferences, okay? Because the one thing I loved was both Max's and Lewis's press conferences after the fucking race, after the race, later in the bullpen, and each of them was sticking to their fucking story and they're sticking to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Well,
one thing is these guys are trained at a very young age. When they get into karting, they work with media. They work with a God damn it, press release person.
Yeah,
a PR person who teaches them how to answer interviews.
Yeah.
Without giving anything away. Now, unlike the idiots in NASCAR who will fucking go out there and say, yeah, no, I totally meant to fucking hit that guy, and then get penalized next week, and then, well, I don't know what the hell I did wrong because you're too fucking open. These guys will fucking be like, nah, I had no idea what was going on. I mean, first of all, let's talk about how an F1 driver's week starts out arriving at the track facilities or the city or wherever they're going to race Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Wednesday evenings. Thursday morning, they go out with their team and they walk the track, which means they are looking for all the DRS detection zones. Then they go out for practice 1, which is about an hour.
Yes.
Hour and a half, for some reason there. Practice 2, another hour and a half.
Yes.
Practice 3 on Saturday, which is about an hour. Qualifying, which is an hour.
Yeah, I know.
And then the race. They know where these detection zones are at.
Yeah, they do. And
they all do.
And to have every drive, and to have drivers come over and say, well, I didn't know what happened. Bullshit. Well, you knew where the detection zone was.
Kim, they're good at their fucking job. The problem is even our NFL players could learn a fucking thing or two from these guys. Every sports person in this country could learn something on how to answer a fucking interview question without giving away any information. But no, they all get fucking heated and they fucking say shit. These guys get hated and they still don't give you everything because they know whatever they say can and will be used against them by the FIA. True.
I'm not gonna.
So, anyways, it sucked. My take on Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, is blow the fucking track up, never go back. It's a joke track.
Well,
it was a fucking joke.
I'm not gonna.
There's too many blind corners.
Okay, there is. Yes, I agree with you there. But they weren't willing to give them time to build a decent track either.
No, they're the ones. Saudi Arabia is the one that said, "Oh, we'll have it done in 8 months."
That's what I'm saying. It's all on Saudi Arabia.
But then again, hold on. It wasn't just on Saudi Arabia. It's also on Formula One.
Yeah.
Because Formula One actually was in input with Saudi Arabia on building this track the way they built it.
Yeah, I know. So if you want to put the blame, if you want to put the blame somewhere, you better put it also on the FIA too.
Not the FIA
or the Formula
F1.
F1.
Formula One, Liberty Media.
Yeah, you better put it on Liberty Media and Saudi Arabia. Because both of them are at fault for the way this race came out this weekend.
Not happy we're going there for 10 fucking years.
Well, I'm not either. I told you I wasn't.
And let alone we're going to be back there in roughly March.
Yeah, I told you I wasn't happy with it.
I don't like the track. I didn't like. I mean, I went and tested the track on the game, and I didn't like it there.
Yeah. And again, that's F1 and
I mean, at least the fucking game, it'll fucking let me know when I'm coming up to cars and shit.
Yeah, F1 and Saudi were pressuring each other to get this track done because they didn't want to cancel the race anymore. They didn't want to cancel any more races, and it turned out to be a shitty track.
It was just a shitty weekend. It was a shitty fucking. It was bad. Me, it gets a half out of 10.
I'm totally sure giving it a half. I didn't like it, period.
It didn't produce great racing.
No, it didn't.
It produced exactly what everybody thought it was going to produce, and that was Demolition Derby.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not talking about the fucking brake checking shit.
No, I'm not either.
I'm talking about what the fuck went on down in turn 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a demolition fucking derby.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let alone, what happened with the two F2 drivers too.
Well, okay, but
they didn't foresee the car stalling. Yes, I understand that.
Hold it. Okay. Don't act like everyone else on Twitter did during that F2 race. Because when that happened on the F2, everyone blamed you cannot blame the track for that.
Well,
okay, I'll shut up, let you go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You always act like when I fucking say something, you act like you're going to have more to say, but you were silent.
I don't have any more to say.
No?
No, I don't have any more to say.
Last podcast?
No, it's not the last podcast.
Oh, well, I was just wondering.
No.
You're acting like it.
No, it's not the last podcast.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You.
Well, go ahead. I'm waiting for you to finish what you were saying. So.
I have no idea what the fuck I was saying.
So.
Anyways, want to talk about F1 TV real quick? Where are we at?
We're at
127.
Yeah, 127.
I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. What was I talking about?
It was the accident at the beginning of the race of F2. And you're blaming me for acting like people on Twitter, which that's not where I was going, but that's okay.
But it sounded like you were blaming the track for that incident. If you weren't, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's fine. It's okay.
That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. The way I put it, it did sound like I was going to blame the track, but all I was going to do, if you would have just let me finish, was that's one of many incidents that happened this weekend for F2. And it all proves that the track, one, shouldn't even be in existence, and two, they should have took a little more time to test this to see if it really was going to work.
How can a car stalling be a track's fault?
I'm not. You didn't even hear what I said.
All right, well, I guess we'll leave it on that fucking note.
So we're gonna discuss F1 TV.
I don't want to fucking discuss F1 TV.
Why?
I don't.
Why?
We want to talk about it.
Well, we're gonna talk about the '80s, the history of the '80s races.
What, the fact that every time a car broke down or wrecked, they left it on the fucking side of the track?
Yeah, we were gonna.
Drivers jumped out, waiting for a clearing, ran across the fucking track, walked their asses, happy asses, back to the pit road.
Yeah, we're today.
And then the cars got left on track as a fucking hazard.
Some of them were. I will agree with you there. Some of them were because they
they left them in their catch fences.
Yeah, I know. Which presents a safety issue.
Like, God, let's just fucking have another car go blaring in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree with you there. There was no safety back in. It's okay. I'll play fucker. So, but yeah, I agree. It was a big safety issue for the 80s. Because they should have had some sort of like a caution or some sort of a.
So right now, we're in the 1981 season.
Yeah.
There's only 2 full race reports or full races, which was the British Grand Prix and the nightmare that was the Las Vegas Grand Prix
Oh my God, yeah.
at Caesar's Palace parking lot.
And they're gonna do it again for Miami. Yay.
Speaking of which, so wait, here's the thing though. It took them 8 months to get that much done on Jeddah.
Yeah. Just think what Miami's going to be. It's going to be.
They can't
worse.
touch Miami till football season's
Just
over.
look through. Exactly.
Because it's a fucking parking lot for the Hard Rock Cafe Stadium where the Dolphins play.
Exactly.
Not that it really probably matters. I don't think they get a lot of fans.
Well, still.
I mean, who the fuck would root for that goddamn team?
I don't know, but there are some fans out there.
My mother.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If Jeddah came out that bad, just think what Miami's going to come out to be.
They got from now until May to get Miami done.
Yeah, just
And so pretty much, you figure by the time, as far as I know, Dolphins are not going to make the fucking playoffs.
no.
So you figure once the NFL season's done, what, first or second week of January,
January, yeah, because they're
then they got
extending
from
it.
there until
May.
a week before, pretty much the week before.
Yeah, because they're doing it in May.
It
And
is going to be another clusterfuck.
it is. It's gonna be a worse of a clusterfuck than Jeddah was. I'm not even looking forward to Miami.
This is what I want. This is what I want to have happen. Okay, I want the Miami race to happen, and there's the reason why.
Okay.
I want them fucking stands to be filled. I want it to be sold out, right? And then when they come back in November for Austin, Austin is not even close to being what it used to be.
I know.
I want that to prove to drivers and to F1, Liberty Media themselves, this country cannot support more than one fucking race.
They can't.
F1 is not that big in this country. I don't give
No.
a shit what's going on Netflix with Drive to Survive. This country has never been about F1.
No, well, you see it. Okay, good example. You see it in seasons past when they were
Mhm.
going to Watkins Glen, when they were going to, I can't even remember the other U.S. tracks they were going to.
Caesar's Palace.
Caesar, well, yeah, there's the other one, but you see it in seasons.
That's all they really
past.
went to is fucking Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
Until they added Caesar's Palace in.
I mean, you seen it when they added another.
Oh, they went to Long Beach too.
Yeah, Long Beach. Yeah, that was the other one.
Yeah, you saw it because Long Beach was earlier in the season.
Yeah.
It had full stands and shit.
Yeah.
And then, but here's the thing about Watkins Glen though. They fucking went to Watkins Glen, upstate New York.
That's true.
In October.
That's true.
Like, how dumb are you fucking?
Yeah, to go in October, which is when the cold snap starts.
Yeah, let's go to a fucking F1 race.
Yeah.
When it's fucking cold.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you do it October now, this time era is probably not that cold.
But I'm just saying.
But back in the 70s and mainly the 70s,
it proved that this country cannot hold two F1 races.
This country's never been able to hold two F1 races.
They're not.
We can't even. You know, Indy Car race fucking sells out.
Just Indianapolis 500.
Bingo.
Yeah.
They don't sell out none of their fucking road courses.
No,
even NASCAR don't sell out road courses.
No, they don't. And yet,
this country's built on the ovals.
Yeah.
Even though NASCAR was built on.
Yeah, it was built
on road courses
and beaches. Yeah.
Yeah, beach road course.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think it's funnier hell. And then of course you got. I'm sorry, but you got drivers like Lewis and fucking Daniel Ricciardo think we should have 3 to 4 races in this country.
We couldn't handle it. We can't
handle. We can't be able to handle 2.
No, we're not gonna be able to handle.
Austin will not have that many fans at it.
No,
next year
they won't. They won't.
Anyway, so yeah, we're in the 1981 season right now. We're actually supposed to be watching the British Grand Prix. No, we just got done.
We just got done with the British Grand Prix because
Did we watch it?
Yeah, because remember we
didn't fully watch it yet.
I thought we did because we pulled up the track difference because we noticed that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we pulled up.
Oh yeah, because we're like
difference.
fucking complete a lot of differences.
Yeah, and we also noticed too. Oh well, now there's not planes in there, but back then there was planes.
Oh yeah, they had fucking. I mean, it was still being used as an airport back then.
Yeah.
As the airport.
Yeah,
That's
and now
crazy.
and now it's not. In fact, there's a plane museum over there now.
Well, yeah, because it was actually originally built for World War II.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I just.
Today's Pearl Harbor Day.
See, Again, I bring this shit up, right? I remember 9/11, yes. When I was in school, yeah, maybe we brought up Pearl Harbor here and there.
Uh-huh.
But it's not like high on my list where I remember it.
Yeah.
I don't and like most time it's like 4 or 5 days later, I'm like, when was Pearl Harbor again?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't alive for that era.
No, the only reason why I know is because it's usually 10 days before my birthday.
10 days before your birthday.
Yeah. Today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My birthday is on the 17th of December.
Oh, you just put that shit on the podcast.
I don't care. And Pearl Harbor Day is on the 7th. 10 days.
Yeah.
10 days exactly.
You think I'd remember it since it's 4 days before Colby's birthday?
Yeah. And also Case's birthday too. Because Case was born January 11th. He'll be...
That's January, not December.
I know. But Case...
Don't make him a year old yet.
He's not a year old, but he will be 11 months old.
If Hannah still listen to this, she can be like, no!
He will be 11 months old.
Fine, he can be 11 months old.
That's what I meant.
He don't even be fucking 12 months old yet.
He won't be that till January.
Yeah.
January 11th. Because Hannah's is before his. So.
Anyways, so, yeah. So, unfortunately, I don't think we have anything else.
No.
Oh, God. Unfortunately, no show tonight. Pretty soon he'll be driving for Ferrari. Oh, God. Tom says Matt's birthday is in January. So is Lunar Girls.
Yes.
Same day as Case.
Yeah.
Was it the 11th he was born?
Yeah, it was the 11th because
You sure
Hannah.
about that?
Yeah, because Hannah just had her birthday before Case was born.
Oh, I gotta look this shit up now. Oh, fuck. I'm too tired to look this shit. I'll look it up later. I'm sure Lunar Girl, she'll tell me, she'll say it because she was all ecstatic when he was born. Anyways.
Yeah, because Hannah.
So we're not doing the show tonight.
No, we're not.
Why we're not doing the show tonight?
Because you're going to bed.
Because I'm hella tired and
you're going to
my
bed.
insomnia kicked in. And when insomnia kicks in, I've got to just stay up until I can't stay up.
Exactly.
That's why I look like I'm on fucking drugs. I really wish I was.
I know.
At least I'd be feeling better.
I'm pretty sure it's the 11th because I remember Hannah having her birthday and then Case was born.
Okay. So we're gonna do Elf. We are gonna do Elf.
Yes, we are gonna do Elf.
Pay attention because somebody's got 3 days off this week. Well,
yes.
4 days off this week.
Yes.
Starting Thursday. Somebody's got a day off on Thursday.
Yes.
So we could actually try to do an episode, an extra episode, do that somewhere this week.
Oh, I did not know that, Tom. The new Spider-Man movie comes out on December 17th.
Well, since I haven't watched any of the other ones, I guess it really doesn't matter. I've only seen the Tobey Maguire ones, and those are the ones I've seen.
Uh-huh. I agree, Dragon Buddy. It's past Scott's bedtime and he's going into timeout. Because you're tired.
I ain't fucking going to the goddamn timeout. I'm gonna time her out.
It is the 11th. Kim is right.
Pump fucking make her eat. Blow her head up more. The Witcher comes out on the 17th.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire will be in this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, because they're actually bringing
I know we saw the trailer. I know we saw the trailer and it was like, oh my God, it means I have to watch these other two fucking movies. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's coming out at the end of the month though?
What?
The new Matrix movie.
Yes.
And it's gonna be on HBO Max, so it means I ain't gotta go to the theater.
No.
I can stay my ass home and watch it.
I wonder how good they're gonna do with the remake of it. I know the original.
Remake?
Is this a continuation of the original?
Bro, I know it's a goddamn continuation.
Okay, because I didn't know if it was a continuation or if they were rebooting the franchise.
No, but I think they ought to reboot Harry Potter.
Why?
Because it's old. It needs a reboot.
How can you reboot Harry Potter?
All new actors.
The Book of Boba. The Book of Boba Fett's coming out on my birthday.
There you go. Book of Boba.
Yeah.
Not quite. So Jason and Dave were talking about it yesterday when I finally got into the show because my insomnia has fucked me up. I get up late. They're pretty much done with the fucking show almost. They just got talked about. Matter of fact, they were talking about when I got into the show. I didn't comment in the show at all. I was like, I'm fucking late anyway, so I gotta go back and watch this. But it was at the point where they were talking about something. DB brought up the fact that there was a book made. I think it was on the first episode of Visions. They've actually released a book. And Dave was bringing this book up, finally oh, he had to look at it. And then he started mentioning how he had all these other books to read also. And then anyways, then they got into what their expectations or what their hope, what they think should happen or hoping what should happen. And of course, all I could think of was Jason Roscom's expectations book for the Book of Boba remind me of Jason Roscom's expectations for The Last Jedi were.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to take my expectations and go, Mandalorian got me to here. I'm going to drop it down to here because that way, if it is in the middle, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
Because if I keep it up here where Mandalorian's at and it doesn't come close,
yes,
I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
As far as what I hope they talk about, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. DB, December is full of excitement for nerd shows.
True. Very true. Anyways, so next Sunday is Abu Dhabi.
Yes, it is.
And oh my God, this motherfucker comes on. Oh my God, 30 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, it does.
There's no way in hell. Well, wait a minute. My insomnia. I say there's no way in hell.
If you got insomnia.
I'm wondering. See, this is what I'm wondering about my insomnia, though. Is it really my insomnia, or is my body just so fucking used to staying up and watching these F1 races that I just can't fucking get turned around until after F1's over, and then all of a sudden I'll be back on a normal schedule.
I don't know. It might be a little bit of both.
Upcoming. So yeah. So the race is 6 o'clock in the morning our time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fuck, that's good. So that's what 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
So 6 o'clock Mountain Standard, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. So I guess it's not, but her early in the morning. No, that's Australia's, but her early in the morning.
Yeah.
There's a few in there. Fuck. That's why it was hard for me in the 80s to watch it, even though I love F1. 80s and 90s and even the 2000s is really hard for me to watch F1 because of all the different times.
And F1 is a bitch for sleep schedules and work schedules.
Work.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah, work schedules. Yeah, I know.
No shit. That is for sure. Anyways, we just got interesting news. Okay, I should say I got interesting news throughout the middle of the night that after the rainfall that Phoenix and the rest of the state, except for us, are expecting on Thursday, Phoenix and the rest of the state are expecting freezing temperatures, and we're going to be around 43. That's going to, which is not freezing, but it's still cold for here.
It is.
Guess I need to go find long johns. Just joking.
Anyways, if you find long johns, I'll find flannels.
All right. Anyways, I'm tired.
Yes, you are.
All right, good. I'll let you say I'll get goodbyes and shit.
Well, let's wrap it up and put a bow on it for this show.
Where's wrapping paper? Oh, that's right. We threw it away.
Yes, we did. Except for I think we got some wrapping paper back here.
We getting bows?
No, we threw those away too, I think.
No, I bet in the Christmas boxes.
Oh, yeah, in the Christmas box we do have bows, but I know we have wrapping paper back here that was never opened.
Hopefully, just so everybody knows, by next episode, It should be behind. Well,
It should be behind. Yeah, it should be
that way.
Yeah, right there. Let me.
Right there. It's not blink. Just point. All right, guys. Have a great week. Have a great weekend.
Yes.
Catch y'all in the chats when I am in the chats.
Yes.
And until next Tuesday, be kind to everyone. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, remember to check out Galaxy of Queers show tonight.
Yes.
Because a little birdie told me I've heard that they have a new moderator.
Yeah, I think they do.
Anyways, peace, guys. Next week we'll see you. Bye.